Vinay, आप ही आ जाए ये बाजू आ जाए कॉइन मेरे पास है I'll give you the coin. Morning on a Saturday morning here at the Royals Eagle Sports Club here in the Dubai Island Road, Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1. Game number 10, the first game of the day between OiLSERV Riders and Petrofac. Both the teams having a couple of wins from the 3 games that they played. A loss has dented their chances of going to the finals. A must-win game for both of them to try to secure a spot in the finals. We have the umpires for today, Shazib and Vinay. Captains, OiLSERV captained by Akhilesh and Adil captaining Petrofac. We'll straight away go with the toss. Akhilesh will flip the coin. Adil will call. Heads is the call. Tails it is. Akhilesh, what would you want to do?
Yeah, we'll bat first. Yeah, because we learned a lesson from the last match when we batted second and then we tumbled when we chased for that score. So we have a good bowling attack, so that's what we want, a good score on a when we do the first batting, so that we can defend it well. So that's the target, because we know this is kind of semi-final match for this tournament, so it's a must-win for us. So that's the opportunity we should utilize. So it's a good toss to win, and then we'll bat first now.
And what sort of a score are you looking to put up on this wicket? We're looking at the wicket, it's quite barren and there is a lot of runs that are offered on board.
Yeah, we're looking for a score about 180 plus, so that's what our target, so that we can defend it well. Anything above 160 is good, but the 180 should be the target when we start defending this match.
Anyway, thank you for your time. And Adil, happy to bowl first on this wicket?
Yeah, it's okay. It's end of the game. You know, you need to focus on the game and be positive on the game. So I wanted to do bat first, but let's see. We will try to restrict them below 140, and that would be a good total for us to chase. We have a good batting side, and I think we have added one fast bowler, Ranga. He's a very good fast bowler. So we have a good bowling side as well.
Anyway, thank you for your time and all the best for the tournament. The news from the center is Akhilesh won the toss, decided to take strike first, looking for 180 plus on this wicket. You can have a look at the wicket. It's quite barren. The ball's going to come onto the bat nicely. Runs plenty on offer. And we'll have live action coming in the next few moments. Thank you. Hello, sir. Thank you. We'll start in 10 minutes. Welcome to the Oil and Gas Premier League game number 10 between Petrofac and OiLSERV Riders. OiLSERV Riders captain Akhilesh winning the toss, electing to bat first. Hopes to get a score of 180 plus on this wicket. It's quite a barren wicket, not a hint of grass on it. And the ball's going to come on nice onto the bat. Man opening the innings for OiLSERV Riders, Tanuj Sharma and Jatin. Jeevan Gangadharan to open the attack. We're in the power play with only 2 men allowed outside the circle. Jeevan to Tanuj. First ball, asking for an appeal. Yes, and it's been given straight onto the pads. Caught on the crease. And an early setback for OiLSERV Riders, losing Tanuj Sharma of the first ball of the game. Jeevan Gangadharan right on the money with that one, keeping it full and straight. Number 3 batsman. Manish, the new batsman, walking at number 3. Didn't expect to have such an early call. But as a batsman, you got to be ready for such situations. As he strides in the middle to partner Jatin. Petrofac making one change. Ranga coming in as right arm medium fast bowler. Bit of a cross breeze from our left to right. The conditions starting to get a bit more humid than it was last week. So warm conditions here. Temperatures in the mid higher 20s if you can put it up, close to the 30 mark. Jeevan to Manish, second ball of the game. This one 2 onto the pads. Manish trying to flick it over square leg. Oh, wait for the umpire. It's called a leg by. Ball going down leg side. So again, Jeevan attacking the stumps on both the occasions. Got a wicket of the first ball, and Manish lucky that the ball was going down leg side. So 1 for the loss of no wicket. As Jeevan now bowls to the left-hander, Jatin. Change in field, there's a man in slip. There's a man at gully, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, short mid-wicket. 2 men outside are at fine leg and third man. As Jeevan to Jatin. Again, beating him outside the edge. Jatin playing the drive. A foot, a trifle bit away from the ball, so not in line of the ball. Lucky for him, there was no edge found. Dead ball being called. Dead ball being called. Jeevan to Jatin. This is the fourth ball of the first over. Short ball down leg side. Jatin ducking. So Jeevan bowling one up and then deciding to go a bit short, not allowing the batsman to come into any sort of rhythm to keep him guessing. This time edge found, goes towards the third man area for a single. So he's off the mark. Not a convincing stroke, but will be happy to get off the mark. So 2 runs on board. As the last ball of the first over coming up, field has to be changed with the left-right combination. Still a slip in place. The ball's fairly new. This time Manish is playing towards point. No run there. So end of the first over. 2 for the loss of 1 wicket. Man out. Tanuj Sharma, LBW for no score of the first ball. New bowler, Rangaraj to be said, bowling to Jatin. Starts off with a wide down leg side, so that's a freebie. Teams have been guilty of bowling a lot of extras in this tournament. This is one area of concern for all the 6 teams that are playing in this tournament. Ranga now to Jatin. Again on to the pads, asking for an LBW. Umpire unmoved this time. Hitting him high on the thigh and going down the leg side as well. Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1 being sponsored, title sponsors Bluebell Shipping, Soverwell, associate sponsors PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry, Caltos, as Manish this time chasing a ball outside the off stump. Lucky for him, no edge found there. When you at the Eagle Sports Club on the Dubai Al-Ain Road. This is teams vying for the championship in this tournament. Cummins Arabia, OiLSERV Riders, Petrofac, Supertech, DNO Dynamos and JSS Fitting and Pipes. Again plays this one towards point, a misfield there, allows them to get a single, so Manish off the mark. The score moves on to 5. Jatin batting on 2, Manish on 1, 2 extras in innings so far, a leg by and wide. Both the batsmen a bit circumspect as of now, not wanting to tee off, want to take a couple of overs to settle in and then make use of the power play. Jatin this time again asking for another LBW. Jatin indicating that it was off the bat. Umpire says it's a leg by, probably going down leg side. Score moves on to 6. Single out to Manish, the fifth ball of the second over. Right into the slot, plays it towards covers and takes off for a single. A risky run, but completed in the end. So score moves on to 7. Change in field for Jatin, an extra man on the onside has brought a short mid wicket. A slip has come out. Again down leg side. Fielders feel that probably hit the ball leg, but umpire Vinay deems it a wide. Score moves on to 8. A sensible thing now by Ranga, moving from round the wicket. He's been peppering the leg stump or outside leg stump, so it's always going to be dangerous if a feint tickle goes down to fine leg, or if he misses, he still be called a wide. So this time on our stump, plays it towards point, a chance of a run out at mid-off, at the non-striker's end. Okay, another risky single being completed. Come back live में बोल दो. Back live, over number 3, Jeevan to Jatin. Onto the pads, plays it to a short mid wicket, chance of a run out, and that's another casualty. It was always on the cards with those risky runs being taken. And Manish is run out for 2 of 5 balls. These pictures being brought to you by ASL Live. Experience the live moments. Let's have a look at the run out. Played it on to the short mid wicket. No run there, right into the hands. Manish taking off too late by the time he came back. The bowler collecting the ball and knocking down the stumps. So second casualty in the third over. So Jeevan managing to get a wicket of the first ball of both his overs. The first one he got a LBW and the second one was a run out. बैठो ना इधर बैठो इधर. Couple, the new man, replacing again another bouncer. Yeah, umpire's calling it 1 for the over. Another beautiful bouncer. It's wearing his lens out here. He bowled a one right up to the batsman and followed it up with the bouncer. So keeping the batsman guessing out here. Very well knowing he's got minimum protection outside the 30-yard circle, but still a good delivery to keep the batsman quiet. It was this one right up to the slot. Jatin plays it towards short covers and takes off for another risky single. Now these risky singles have brought a few runs, but also have seen the downfall of Manish, was run out a couple of balls earlier. So Kapil taking strike for the first time. So Petrofac having a hold on the proceedings right from the first ball of the game. And Jeevan had Tanuj Sharma LBW, then followed it up with some good seam bowling up front. So bowling those tight lines and score reaching double figures, 10 for the loss of 2 in 15 balls. This one down leg side. Kapil letting this ball go behind his legs. Lucky for him that it didn't turn back in onto the stumps. So it's still called a wide down leg side. Jeevan Gangadharan, a crafty bowler, uses the swing to good effect. Even the last game against Supertech, he was trying to get Ansar LBW bowled round the legs. Gave away a few extras, but it was worth the effort and he got him in the end. So again, a tactic well used. It's all about, again, another one down leg side. Again, now starting to lose his radar. He's bowled some good balls, a couple of good seamers, a couple of short balls. Again, no feet moment, pretty late on the ball. The keeper's now having a tough time. He's not collected all the balls very cleanly, probably has hurt himself a bit as well. Balls are keeping a trifle low. This is what a keeper has to do, is adjust himself to the bounce of the wicket. Very optimistic sort of appeal out there. Again, another leg by. With the ball bowling a lot of balls on the leg side, you got to expect a few leg byes and the wides to be given. Extras moves on to 7, 4 wides and 3 leg byes. At the end of the over, we have Harish from Dazzlers 11 out here. Harish, a very prominent figure in local cricket. Harish, welcome. Your views on the game so far and the tournament overall?
I think the game is in a fix right now because they've lost a couple of batsmen up front, and this is a do-or-die match for both the teams actually. So I think a good start for Petrofac, and equally a bad start for OiLSERV Risers.
Your views on the overall tournament. You've been umpiring a few games out here. The standard of the cricket that you have seen so far.
I think it is one of the brilliantly organized tournaments. The facilities here are really nice, and the coverage that has been done for this particular tournament is amazing. I mean, I've not seen a professionally done tournament in Dubai at this level.
Anyway, thank you for your time, and we will be catching up with you soon in the next few tournaments as we get back action live on the field. Rangaraj continuing his second over. He's Kapil, this one again a foolish delivery. Kapil, not much feet movement there. And this is a sort of wicket where you can bring your front foot and try to play through the line of the ball. Ball's not doing much off the wicket. It is, and it's not a bad run rate overall when you start off the innings at 4.2 in the 3.2 overs bowled so far. It's a matter of just stitching a partnership together, as again he plays within the line of the ball. Again you see there is absolutely no foot movement. He is just trying to play through the line of the ball. Meeting the ball on its merit would do much better for him. So Rangala is doing the right thing of pitching it outside the off stump, inviting a mistake. This one slightly foolish. Plays it to point, take off for another single. The man at point doing very well out there. Diving to his left, making sure the ball doesn't go past him. So okay to give the single score, moves on to 15. Couple off the mark of his 7th ball that he's faced. He's 1 of 7. Jatin 4 of 9. No boundaries in the inning so far. And we have the fourth over of power play. A couple of overs after this, and the field restrictions will be taken off. This and asking again for another LBW. So probably the fifth or the sixth time that the batsman has been wrapped on the pads. Lucky to survive. The ball's going down leg side, so the only cause of concern is to put away such balls towards the boundary. For so far not yet succeeded in managing to get a few leg byes to the credit. As couple taking strike to Rangaraj. This one also down leg side, so a good ploy by Petrofac so far, just wanting to bowl within the line of the stump. So the end of 4 overs, 16 for the loss of 2 wickets. As we see the first change, Jeevan given a break, and Adil, the captain, coming into the attack. First change. Adil Anwar had bowled first change in the previous game as well, so he comes into Jatin. This time onto the pads, and Jatin plays it towards square, ball racing towards the square leg boundary. So the first boundary of the game comes from Jatin's bat. He's been waiting for this for quite some time, and this time managing to send one to the ropes. So score moves on to 20. He moves on to 8 of 11. Immediately a field change, man. It's square leg going down to the boundary, and the man at fine leg being brought into short fine. Okay, and this time outside the off stump, altering the lines and keeping straight. Again, foot movement minimum by the OiLSERV batsman. Ball plays it down to Gully. Jikesh, the fielder there, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 21. Jatin moves on to 9 of 13. We're in the 5th over. Right hand batsman comes in. The man from square leg is now coming into point. Man at mid-on being sent back towards long on. Fine leg being brought in. A lot of changes up there with the left-right combination. Expecting to go a bit fuller this time, and he's kept his man at long on, probably for the chip shot. But bowling again. Both the batsmen very uncomfortable with the one that's on the good length spot. Now that is because you have not moving your feet well, so you're not very sure as to what lengths are being bowled. Now that's going to always cause a bit of trouble to the batsman if you're not sure. This time again, just playing the ball not on its merit but on an assumption basis, so that's not going to help your cause. Petrofac quite happy to run through this power play as soon as possible, giving away minimum runs. It's given away 21, but more important, take a couple of wickets. This one slightly up to the bat, so that was more comfortable for Kapil. He gets another run. He moves on to 2 of 11. So the end of 5 overs, 22 for the loss of no wicket. Current run rate of 4.40. We only get them to 88. Way below than what their captain is expecting, as a second change being brought in. Adil Anwar giving away 6 runs of the 1 over that he's bowled. So if you have a look at the bowling analysis so far, Jeevan Gangadharan 2 overs, 4 runs, 1 wicket. Rangaraj 2 overs, 8 runs, no wicket. Ravi Shankar Velu coming in to bowl the 6th over. The fall of wickets was at 0.1 overs, and then Manish Shrishar out when the score was 9 at 2.1. Again, this is another beautiful ball outside the off stump, shaping off a bit. And another dot ball. This game of T20, you've got to account for those dot balls. This time a slightly foolish delivery. This time plays it towards gully, takes off for a single, score moves on to 23. The lone boundary coming off the bat of Jatin in the previous over, so we're just coming towards the end of power play, and no initiative from any of the batsmen to take the game on its head. In the process, have not scored much in the power play. Let's see what comes in the last 4 balls of this power play. Jatin facing Ravi for the first time. Again down leg side, again called another wide, so extras in innings so far, 6 wides, 4 leg byes. This time in the slot and takes it over mid-wicket for another boundary. A welcome boundary for OiLSERV riders. Score moves on to 28. They need somebody to play out those overs and score those runs. And Jatin could be one of them who's been there from the start of the game. He knows the conditions well out here. Yes, this shot prompting a field change. The other one down onto the pads, and this time going towards the fine leg boundary. So back-to-back boundaries. Just trying to give some impetus to the innings. Score moves on to 32. Jatin now 17 or 15 balls with 3 boundaries. This time on the good length spot. Jatin happy to play it back to the bowler. Just the last couple of balls of the power play. Just a couple of boundaries have prompted a field change with the man going down from mid-on to long-on. And the man at short mid-wicket had been sent down to deep mid-wicket. This time cuts this one towards point. The first time we've seen the ball racing towards the offside boundary. So a very expensive over nearly coming to an end. .36 for 2. As the end of power play, 36 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. 18 runs coming off that over. 14 runs rather.
All good.
He moves on to 21 or 17. Kapil batting 3 of 13 balls. Field restrictions being removed with the end of power play. Last over prompting another change in the bowling as Jikesh comes into bowl for the first time. Sanup keeping wickets for Petrofac. Jikesh coming into bowl to Kapil. 36 for 2. Slowish delivery, plays it towards short thirds and take off for a single. I think that the best thing to do right now is probably take a single and give Jatin the strike, who's now on 21 or 17 with 4 boundaries. He's seeing the ball well. Jikesh holding the slowest of deliveries that you can see, so you got to time yourself well. Ball's not going to come on to the bat as fast as you like. Got to be very careful in these situations. Jatin facing Jikesh. Cuts this one towards deep point. The man from cover is doing the fielding there, moving 10 paces to his right. Gives it to a single score, moves on to 38. As we see some initiative being taken in the last over by Jatin, scoring 3 boundaries and getting the full toss, asking for an LBW. Only thing that can save him is the bat, is what the umpire thinks. Else could have been, as we say, dead as a dodo. Had he missed that one, lucky for him, he took the edge of the bat and went onto the pads. Score moves on to 39. Jatin plays this towards short covers and a single being taken. So 4 singles of the over so far. Score moves on to 40. This one down leg side, so another extra to the inning. Score moves on to 41. This time plays it towards short third. The man misfields there. 1 run being completed. Coming back for the second. So 7 runs coming off the 5 balls of the over so far. Score moves on to 43. The last ball of the 7th over. Full toss, misses that one. So does the keeper. Going towards the boundary. A bit of sloppy running by the batsman. Keeps it down to a single. So the end of 7 overs, 44 for the loss of 2 wickets. The men out, Tanuj Sharma and Manish. Tanuj Sharma out LBW for the first ball of the game. And then Manish followed through, albeit a run out. A horrible mix-up with his partner. So at the end of 7 overs, 44 for the loss of 2 wickets. Another wide. Starts off with the wide in this over. This one slightly short, plays it towards deep backward square leg. The man there doing the fielding. Satyan, the bowler, giving away 2 runs of the 1 ball that he's bowled so far. Score moves on to 46. So another quick change. Ravi Shankar being taken off the attack after giving away 14 runs in that over. Jatin this time cuts it towards point. Fielded there by the... and another single. So moves on to 47. Jatin batting 24 of 20. Kapil now batting 9 of 18. This time plays it towards deep mid-wicket. Protection out there. Another single added to the total. He moves into double figures. Score moves on to 48. Apesh over the man at short cover. The man at extra cover doing the fielding. Completing the double chance of wanting to effect a run out there. Luckily for the fielder, there was Adil doing the backup there. So the 50 coming up in 7.4 overs. Innings now gaining some momentum. That OiLSERV were looking from the word go. Ball jumping onto the batsman. Quick single taken. Score moves on to 51. Satyan to Kapil. Another wide being called. The bowler surprised a bit. Thought probably he had induced an edge. Not to be. Score moves on to 52. Next was moving to 13. 9th wide. Asking for an LBW. And this time a cross-batted heave. And ends. Kapil stay at the wicket. He is out of 10 of 20. It was always on the cards when he was trying to sweep most of the ones, not playing the ball on its merit. This was a foolish delivery under the bat, and when you miss such, you are always in trouble. So the third casualty for OiLSERV riders. They're now 52 for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of 8 overs. Jatin batting in the center with 27 of 22. Amal now joins him. Satyan managing to break that partnership. "43-run partnership between Jatin and Kapil. And it comes to an end. Partnership coming off 47 balls. Rather 37 balls. Jikesh now to Jatin, who tries to cut this one. Again, the slowness of the delivery. Jatin playing a touch too early on that. Umpire at square leg on, informing Sanup that probably is catching the ball in front of the stumps. Jatin takes another single towards long off. He moves on to 28. Yes. Jikesh to Amal. Comes down the wicket, plays it towards covers, misfield there. Another. Score moves on to 54. Jatin plays it towards long on for another single. Jikesh doing the right thing, not much pace in his ball. Can work two ways. If you manage to get to the pitch of the ball, you can start hurling this one. And LB asking for a stumping, and it's been given. Sanup, quick glove work. As the fourth wicket down, Amal out for one of two balls, stumped. Sanup bowled Jikesh. .55 for the loss of 4 wickets. Oil and Gas Premier League. Pictures captured by ASL Live. The title sponsors Bluebell Shipping, Servo Well, associate sponsors PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry, Carl Tross. This match is being played at the Eagle Sports Club on the Dubai Al Ain Road. 6 teams of the oil and gas industry coming forth and playing this tournament as Jikesh to bowl. Batsman playing it back. It's Subbu who's coming at number 6. Subbu had come at number 3 in the last game. This time deciding to come at number 6. As we come towards the end of the 9th over, 55 for 4. So have a look at the scorecard. Tanuj Sharma, LBW, Jeevan for no score of the first ball. Jatin, who's batting on 29 of 25. He's lost 4 partners. You've seen Manish Shishat run out 2 of 5. Kapil, LBW, Satyan for 10. And then Amal, the last man out for 1 of 2 balls. He was stumped by Sanup of the bowling of Jikesh. Satyan to continue, Jatin on strike. Satyan plays it towards mid-wicket, single completed. Brings Subbu on to strike, who's on not a 1 ball. The bowling analysis, Jeevan 2 overs, 4 runs, 1 wicket. Rangaraj 2 overs, 8 runs, no wicket. Adil Anwar 1 over, 6 runs, no wicket. Ravi Shankar Velu 1 over, 14 runs, no wicket. Jikesh 2 overs, 11 runs, 1 wicket. And Satyan so far has bowled 1.2 overs for 9 runs and taken 1 wicket. Fall of wickets, Tanuj at the score of 0, Manish at the score of 9, Kapil at the score of 52, and then Amal out at the score of 55. So it's quite slow progress to the innings by OiLSERVs. They have managed to play in few short bursts but have lost 4 wickets. So there's no initiative whatsoever to keep to wrest the initiative back from Petrofac. Petrofac happy to complete these overs as soon as possible with minimum runs. They've just given away 56 in the 9.4 overs. And as Subbu plays this towards long on, man coming into field, Chima the fielder keeps it down to a single. So Subbu showing the first shot of intent whatsoever, knowing that there's a man down at long off. Lucky for him, it didn't hit the middle of the bat, else could have gone down long on's throat. So 1 run score moves on to 57. Jeevan being asked to come a few paces to his left and into the ring as Jatin plays it towards long off for another single. Score moves on to 58. He moves on to 31. At the end of 10 overs, 58 for the loss of 4 wickets. Current run rate of 5.80. Projected score will get them to 116. Should not be much of a concern for Petrofac as of now. OiLSERV riders need somebody to come to the party and get some few lusty blows to propel this innings. As we take a short break. back live as we change ends at the end of 10 overs. 58 for the loss of 4 wickets. Jatin on strike. Jeevan comes back for his second spell. Adil wanting to go for wickets as early as possible and try to wrap up this game. Doesn't want to take it down for long. A couple of wickets here can ease the game for the Petrofac boys, who already are having quite a bit of hold on the game. But again, cricket is a very funny game. A couple of good overs for the batting side can bring them back in the game, as Jeevan starts his runner but probably misses footing. Wants to start over again. So we start the 11th over. Plays it towards long on for another single. Score moves on to 59. He moves on to 32. Subbu on strike. Five men allowed outside the ring as Subbu plays this back of the hand delivery by Jeevan. Keeps Jeevan to Subbu, this time wanting to pick it up, but play takes the inner half of the bat, goes towards fine leg. The man at long leg coming into a short fine and does the fielding. So score moves on to 60. Jatin plays this towards wide of the man at extra cover, comes back for a second. By the time Ravi Shankar does the fielding, he probably has landed himself in a bit of trouble. Score moves on to 62. Jeevan to Jatin, plays a bit too early, takes the outer half of the bat and goes towards long off. Score moves on to 63. Subbu again trying to play this towards third man, inner half of the bat, goes towards short fine for another single. Score 64 for the loss of 4 wickets at the end of 11 overs. Adil comes into bowl. His second spell, his first spell was 1 over for 6 runs. Subbu taking strike. Adil to Subbu. Slightly foolish delivery. Managed shot mid wicket. Getting his foot jammed. Lucky for him, hitting the ball, hitting his leg and staying close towards the ring. So another run. Score moves on to 65. Another single coming back quickly for another 2. Score moves on to 67. Jatin plays this over mid wicket. Ball racing towards the mid wicket boundary. Another boundary to his credit. His 5th boundary of the innings. Moves on to 71. He moves on to 41 of 32. Adil bowling to Jatin. Straightish ball. Plays it towards long off for another single. He moves on to 42. Subbu batting 4 of 9. So small little partnership building up for the OiLSERVs. 17 or 17 balls. 72. Jatin missing a slowish delivery. One bounce into the keeper's gloves. 11.5 overs completed as we come into the last ball of the 12th over. Short ball, beautifully played towards the vacant fine leg. And another boundary. Score moves on to 76. Subbu losing his balance, trying to play that shot. Lucky for him, no damage done, and he collects his first boundary. इसको चाहिए ना शाम को इसीलिए बोला कोई आए 76 for 4. Jatin on strike. This time he rocks back and cuts it towards deep extra cover. Ravi Shankar, the fielder. By the time he fields the ball and throws it back, 2 runs added. Jikesh into his 3rd over. There was 2 overs going for 18 runs, given away 6 runs in the first over and then followed it up with 12 of the second over that he bowled. Jatin this time rocking back and playing towards short cover. A single being taken. So moves on to 79. Jatin moves on to 45 of 35. Should now start coming towards the back end of the innings. We're in the 13th over, so another 7.4 overs to follow after this. .46 legal balls, and they would be looking to score more than 70 out there. Subbu now rocks back and plays it towards, covers the man at long off going towards his right. And 2 more runs added. He moves on to double figures. Subbu moves on to 10 of 12 balls. Score moves on to 81. This time in the slot, plays it towards mid-wicket, and the man taking a good catch there, Adil Anwar, the captain. So another wicket down. So Subbu losing his wicket in trying to up the ante there. Jikesh enticing him with a slower, loopy delivery slightly into the slot. Probably Subbu should have been eyeing the long on boundary rather than the mid wicket, and in the end is out. As Vinny Deshpande will be the new man in. So 81 for 5, the last man out. Subbu Parli out for 10 of 13 balls. Vinny Deshpande, a busy player, relies on his running between the wickets to get those extra runs and can hit a few lusty blows as well. Coming down the wicket. Batting in number 7, the men to follow are Akhilesh, the captain, Aniket Singh, Ishan Mistry, Alpesh Patel and Bala Sahib. Vinith on strike, Jikesh the bowler. Plays it towards short cover, wanting a single, but Jatin denying it. And the ball went quickly towards the man at cover, so no chance of a run there. Score remains on 81 for the loss of 5 wickets. It's Jikesh this time. Plays it to Vinith. Plays this towards short mid wicket, no run there. End of the 13th over. Current run rate of 6.23 will get them to 125. Satyan to continue. He's got a wicket of the 2 overs that he's bowled and given away 11 runs. Jatin on strike. He's on 45 of 35. He's kept off strike for the last few balls, so he must be itching to get back to ball and get some quick runs for his team. Cuts this one towards point, no run. So the last 4 balls, no run has been scored and a wicket has been lost. So that has brought the momentum down a bit for the OiLSERV riders. Petrofac well and truly keeping a big hold on the proceedings, as the man at point misfielding there, allowing the first run, and then the batsman quick enough to get a double to the score. So score moves on to 83. Jatin batting 47 of 37. Well on course to another half century. This time plays it towards mid wicket. The man there jumps over it, but a maximum to get to that milestone. A well made 50 probably can be said the tall building amongst the ruins, keeping this innings together and trying to get a maximum score for his side. He's on 53 of 38. This time plays it towards extra cover boundary. Ravi Shankar, the fielder there, who comes in few paces to collect the ball. Score moves on to 890 at 13.4 overs. When he plays it towards point, the man at short third, Rangaraj coming in and doing the fielding. He's off the mark of the third ball that he faced. Score moves on to 91 as the last ball of the 14th over coming up. So 37 balls remaining in this innings. It's a matter to see how much does OiLSERV manage to get in those remaining one as he cuts this one towards short third. The fielder at point, quite alert for a single. Score moves on to 92 at the end of 14 overs. He moves on to 55 or 40 with 5 boundaries and 1 6. The only notable contribution other than Jatin is Kapil, who scored 10 of 20, Subbu scored 10 of 13, and 13 extras in the innings that have given some respectability to this total as Jikesh comes in to bowl his final over of the day. He's given away 16 runs and taken 2 wickets. Got the wicket of Amal and he got the wicket of Subbu. He would want to add to his tally for today as Jatin on strike. This time plays it towards long on for a single. Vineet on strike. Pretty different styles of bowling to both the batsmen. He's looping the ball to Jatin, inviting him to play, but for Vineet, he's trying to hurrying him on, and this time again yorking him this time. So he's trying to run through the over as soon as possible. He's just given away 1 run of 3 balls bowled so far. This time looping, Jatin plays it towards short, towards the gully region, short third, giving the chase, but can't stop the double. The man at deep point coming in. So moves on to 95. Over third man. Man at deep point again coming to field the ball, so another double to the total. Score moves on to 97. OiLSERV needing much more of these in these remaining 5.1 overs. If not the boundaries, then at least get a couple of each as Jikesh now slowish one. Bolts it down the leg side. Vineet happy to let it go towards the keeper. Even a fine tickle here would have brought the ball down towards fine leg. So score moves on to 98. As this time Vineet plays it in the air towards long off for another single. A misfield, but both the batsmen just happy to be with the single. So the end of 15 overs, 99 for 5. Slightly warm conditions, inviting a lot of drinks onto the field. Power play yielding only 36 runs with the loss of 2 wickets. 50 coming up at 7.4 overs. Jatin scoring 53 of 38 balls. Now he's 56 of 41. So those are the stats of the game so far. As Ravi Shankar now comes into bowl his second over. His first over cost 14 runs. He will want to come back and bowl a strong spell. Five men inside the ring, wanting to save the single. As Vinny tries to play as the 100 comes up with that wide. 100 for the loss of 5 wickets in 15 overs. Last 5 overs is what it's now going to do. As Vinny plays is again in the air. The man at short covers running back, but not able to come close to the ball. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 101. Jatin taking strike to Ravi. Over the bowler's head towards the long off boundary. Adil doing very well from there, moving about 20 meters to his left. Keeps it down to a single. Moves on to 102. Ravi bowls to Vinny, plays it over the bowler's head. Another single added. So boundary required in the next couple of balls to just get that scoreboard moving at a faster rate than what they are going as of now. The current run rate of 6.65 will get them to only 133. This is the type of surface you need a minimum of 160 if you want to make a match of it. As Jatin this time flays it over the mid-wicket boundary for another maximum. He's been there right from the start of the innings. He knows the measure of the wicket. He needs to play through, stay till the end, try to score the maximum as they did on this occasion. Score moves on to 109. This shot prompting a change. Jatin's taken a liking to Ravi Shankar's bowling. He already has scored 3 boundaries in the over that Ravi Shankar had bowled from the commentary box end. And this time from the vision end has been smoked for a 6, prompting a change. The man at deep mid-wicket, a man at Square leg, deep square leg. There's nobody in the circle on the onside. This time plays it over short. Jikesh doing the fielding, unable to hold on to that catch, and another double added to the total. Score moves on to 111. Ravi Shankar changing the angle, coming round the wicket, forcing Jatin to play. And Jatin now plays it towards deep mid wicket, and another boundary to the total. Score moves on to 115. He moves on to 69 of 45 balls, 6 boundaries, 2 sixes. Ravi Shankar, 2 overs, 30 runs, no wicket. He had gone for 14 in the first over and 16 in the second. 16 overs, 115 for 5. Current run rate of 7.19. The remaining 4 overs, they would be eyeing the 160 mark at least. 180 could be a far-fetched total, but 116 is something that they really need to target now. As Adil comes into bowl to Vineet, who's batting 8 of 10. Plays it down the ground. The man at mid-on in the circle. The man at long off unable to stop that one. Score 119 for 5. The partnership of 38 of 21. Vineet moves on to 12 of 11. He is into double figures. Onto the pads. It should be the height. Yes, that's what the umpire says. The height is the matter. One leg bite to the total brings Jatin on to strike. Score moves on to 119. As these last few balls, as you can say, are the climax of the innings. See what the climax unfolds. Jatin batting 69 of 45. Stop is probably Jatin heard somebody talking in the field. Losing his concentration. Composed again on strike. Plays this towards deep point. And another boundary. The man at extra cover, giving it up as soon as he saw the ball racing towards the boundary. Score moves on to 124. This partnership now worth 43 of 23. And extra cover being brought a bit more finer now. Full toss, this time on the left of extra cover. And another boundary. Score moves on to 128. He moves on to 77 of 47. This partnership now 47 of 24 balls. They've been scoring at 11.75 and over. This is what OiLSERV was looking for. As Adil now comes into play back, cotton ball chance missed. Adil going down but not able to hold on to that. Would have been a very good catch and seen the back of Jatin, which they really want in these last 3.1 overs. As Jatin taking strike for the last ball, plays this towards deep mid wicket for a single to keep strike calculatedly playing. He knows he needs to get most of the strike. So 129 for 5 at the end of 17 overs. We need on run a ball 12. $129 for 5. He's batting 78 of 49. 8 boundaries and 2 sixes in the inning so far as he takes a quick drink. The remaining 3 overs. 160 well on the cards for OiLSERV. So now the 14-run over. So 30 runs coming in the last 2 overs for OiLSERV. As Jeevan comes into bowl his last over, he's been the pick of the bowlers. He's given away 10 runs of the 3 overs he's bowled. Now, there has to be some kind of a thought in Adil's mind. His premier bowler Rangaraj is only going to get another over. So probably think very good Yorker. Jeevan jamming it into the base of the crease. Another Jatin. So no run there. Score remains on 129. Again, another full delivery. Jatin plays it towards deep mid wicket for a single. Score moves on to 130. Both the batsmen just happy to just cross over for a single. No pressure on the fielder whatsoever. Such pressures could invite a mistake and get them a few extra runs. Probably a double or even a boundary and bring Jatin back on strike. Now that is match awareness. Slightly short, plays it towards in the air towards point. And the man is short third. Rangaraj coming in and throwing the ball back to the bowler. Score moves on to 131. And the 50 partnership of 29 balls between both these batsmen. It's 131 for 5. As Jeevan inducing the edge again. Ball going to his third man. Satyan, the fielder, keeps it down to a single again. Score moves on to 132. A good over by Petrofac so far after being put on the pump in the last few overs. Just 3 runs coming off the 4 balls. They'd given away 30 runs in the last 2 overs prior to this over. As Vinny taking strike to Jeevan, asking for an LBW but way down the leg side, so a leg bye to add it to the total. Score moves on to 132, 17 extras in the innings, 11 wides and 6 leg byes. Jatin taking strike. Again, playing a bit too early on the ball. Trying to make maximum power there. Just managing to send it down to long on for another single. So 134 for 5 at the end of 18 overs. So Jeevan completes his spell. 4 overs, 14 runs and 1 wicket. He's been the most economical bowler, just given away 3.50 per over. Rangaraj has given away 4 runs per over in the 2 overs that he's bowled. GKH 2 going for 23 for 2 in his 4 overs. So 2 bowlers have completed their quota for the day. Adil has gone for 31 in the 3 overs that he's bowled. He's bowling the 19th over, so probably Rangaraj comes back to bowl the last over. Ravi Shankar Velu going for 30 runs of the 2 overs that he's bowled. Satyan going for 22 of the 3 overs he's bowled, and he's taken a wicket. Jatin's taking strike to Adil. This is the penultimate over of the innings. Again plays it with the outer half of the bat, and it races away towards the gully boundary. He moves on to 85. .138 for 5. Change in the field. The man at deep square leg being brought in the circle, and the man is being sent out to the gully boundary. As in the air, over the keeper's head for another boundary. So the short ball ploy working in favor of the batsman. A pretty slightly uncomfortable position Jatin was in, but again taking the thick edge of the bat and going over the keeper's head for another boundary. So score moves on to 142. He races to 89. He's got 10 boundaries and 2 sixes. You want to maximize these last 10 balls as Adil comes in to bowl the third ball of the over. He's gone for 2 boundaries in the first over. This time nearly taking his partner down. Vineet lucky that it just brushed him and went down to long off for a single. He moves on to 90. Score moves on to 143. Vineet on strike, 4th ball of the 19th over. Short ball, playing a bit too early on that. Score remains on 143. Slowest delivery over the bowler Adil, trying to go for the wicket, but coming in contact with Jatin. So a single. Score moves on to 144. Also slowest delivery when he plays it down the ground, just eluding Adil, but Jatin just coming in way. Jatin on strike now. He is batting on 90. He very expecting the short ball, but Jatin making no contact whatsoever. So at the end of 19 overs, 144 for 5. 10 runs coming off that over. So Adil completing his quota of 4 overs for 41 runs. पसीने छूट रहे हैं अभी. Vineet on strike. He is batting 14 or 16. Jatin scored 90 or 57 at the non-striker's end. As we have a look at the field, the 4 men inside the ring. He's got another field change being prompted. The man at short third point. Man at mid-wicket at the circle, and the man at short fine as Vineet drags this one down to long on for a single and gives Jatin the strike, who's well in sight of a 100 of the remaining 5 balls of the innings. As a field change again being prompted, a left-right combination has been there through the innings, as Jatin has been there right from the start of the innings, wanting to go for a stumping, and yes, finally Jatin is out for 90, trying to go for the maximum. Satyan bowling it on a very low trajectory, as Jatin being given a lot of handshakes from Petrofac, which is a good gesture. This is what you want to see in cricket when you applaud a good innings. He was there from the word go when the things were not going his way, bide his time, and then was just looking for somebody to partner with him, and Vinny did that. He's out for 90 of 58 balls. Partnership of 64 being brought to a close, as Aniket Singh comes into the middle. The last 4 balls of the innings. Playing it just wanting to play it over mid-wicket, just managing to get an inner edge, and the ball just playing it silly mid-off, so no run there. So score remains on 145. Just 1 run coming as Aniket Singh beaten all ends up. So was Sanup, the wicket-keeper. As we wait for the umpire's signal. 1 run given it. So the last couple of deliveries, 146 is 150 is now what they must be targeting. 160 was on the cards at one time, as Satyan bowls one down leg side, wanting to cramp Vineet for room. So 1 more run added to the total. Score moves on to 147. Vineet plays it towards long on. Aniket Singh completes 1, comes back for the second. Is he run out? Umpire, there is no. So 2 runs added. Score moves on to 149 as the last ball of the innings comes up. Let's have a look at the innings score so far. Tanuj Sharma out for not 1 ball. Jatin just stumped on this over. He's out for 90 of 58 with 10 boundaries, 2 sixes. Satyan coming into bowl to Vineet. The last ball plays this and plays it in the air. Over long on, so ends with a maximum. So 155 is what OiLSERV finished the innings, and Vineet Deshpande completes his innings with 23 of 19 with 1 boundary and 1 maximum. As we look at the scorecard, continue to the Manish out 2 of 5 balls, Kapil out 10 of 20, Amal out 1 for 2. This was the period where they lost a few wickets but not many runs. Then Subbu and Jatin coming together to stitching a partnership. Subbu scored 10 of 13, Vineet Deshpande 23 of 19. He came into it as 64-run partnership. As Aniket Singh is not out 1 of 2 balls and 18 extras in the innings. 12 wides and 6 leg byes.
फैन पकड़ लो फैन फिर बंदोबस्त हो जाएगा अपना क्या खोल दो फिर खोल दो को लग रहा सराय की है, खाली हम लोग की गलत फहमी के पठान ग्रुप से ही लेफ्ट हो गया मिटा के दी। सुनना नासिर, जो वो वीडियो है ना आदिल भाई का जो बोल से चढ़ पे, वो देख ले और समझ ले मैंने डायलॉग मारा। तू हो नहीं हो, प्लान तो थर्सडे का ही है, ठीक है? तेरे होने नहीं होने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। कोई नहीं कोई नहीं, वो वो बोलेगा गलती से चला गया, तो हम सीधा बोल देंगे KFC मंगा लो, खत्म। सर ला लो ना फैन, सर जी फैन ला लो ना। अगर तुम लोग ने बिना KFC जो भी एग्जिट हो रहा ना, बिना KFC के बोला कि ऐड कर लो, तो बेटा उसको ही निकाल दूंगा। इसलिए मैंने सारे एडमिन को निकाल दिया। जो जा रहे हैं उनको जाने दो, खली बल्ली कोई मुश्किल नहीं। अगर वो बोलता कि गलती से एग्जिट हो गया था मुझे ऐड कर दो, भाई पार्टी दो और आ जाए, कोई मसला नहीं। उनको बोलो पहले पेनल्टी होगी फिर आएगा, ठीक है? ऐसे नहीं आएगी। क्या बात है, जबरदस्त। जबरदस्ती में मिठाई खा के अपना पेट। एग्जैक्ट काम करता हूँ इसके लिए नाश्ता लेता हूँ, पोटली और आलू के पराठे में। एक्चुअल प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, अपने लंच का प्रॉब्लम। नाश्ता तो मैं भी लास्ट टाइम पराठा लाया था, लेकिन वो यहाँ पे आते थे ऑर्डर बंद नहीं, वो जो बनता है वो सही पड़ा रहता है, साथ ही रहता है। पैकिंग सही होती है, पैकिंग सही होती है। हाँ वो सही होती है। दाल चाहिए, दही चाहिए, सब्जी चाहिए साथ में। फजल भाई, जो भी ग्रुप से जाता है आपको रूल्स पता है ना, तो ठीक है आप ग्रुप से बिना बोले बिना कुछ इन्फॉर्म किए एग्जिट हो गए, तो अभी नासिर खल्ली बल्ली, नासिर कोई भी नहीं है ग्रुप का, ठीक है। आप पहले एग्जिट हुआ, बाद में आपने बोला, आपको पहले बोलना चाहिए भाई हमारा रिप्लेसमेंट करो फिर जाओ। हमने पेनल्टी चाचा, फिर चाचा हमको बिरयानी नहीं खिलाएगा, चाचा ने ग्रुप छोड़ा था इसलिए उसको 5 किलो बिरयानी का फाइन आया, चाचा एग्री हो गया। अब अगर हर कोई ऐसा करेगा तो अभी फरहान भाई को भी पेनल्टी है, आप दोनों मिल के KFC खिलाओ, सीधा बात है भाई। एग्जिट नहीं हो, बताओ हमको कि नंबर चेंज करो, हम चेंज करेगा फिर एग्जिट हो। आप डायरेक्ट एग्जिट हो गया, फाइन है, पक्का फाइन है। आदिल भाई चाचा क्या बोल रहे हो आप लोग बताओ, बुजुर्ग लोग आप हो, आप लोग राय दो। अभी विनीत अंदर चला जाएगा, अपना प्रॉब्लम बढ़ जाएगा। बोला क्या उसने किसी ने? चाचा का डन हो गया ना भाई, अजमान का फाइनल है ना अभी, तो डन हो गया। चाचा ने बोला अजमान के कब है, मंडे को शायद अपनी मैच है, मंडे को इसकी बिरयानी है, क्योंकि उसको बिरयानी का बोला है ना, वो घर से बना के लाएगा बिरयानी, ठीक है अपन मैच के बाद खा सकते हैं। समोसे पड़े नहीं है, पड़े कहीं नहीं रहते, किसी ने मंगा के दिया हुआ, हाँ पड़े कहीं नहीं होते। समोसा भी है, बड़ा पाव भी है। चाचा अभी बात से मत मुकर, ठीक है। अजमान फाइनल कभी भी होगा नहीं होगा छोड़ दे, मंडे को अजमान में सेमीफाइनल है, तू सेमीफाइनल में लेके आ जा, क्योंकि उसका फाइनल शायद रमज़ान के आसपास जाएगा, लंबा हो जाएगा, ठीक है। तो ये मंडे को तू बिरयानी का कर ले, ज़्यादा पटेली ना कर। नहीं नहीं आदिल भाई, सेमीफाइनल में ही है मंडे को, क्योंकि उसका फाइनल वो रमज़ान के आसपास है बोला, उतना लंबा नहीं कर सकते। और कभी फैसल भाई का प्लान ऊपर नीचे हो गया, कहीं चलेगा तो ये फाइनल में निकल जाएगा। सेमीफाइनल इज़ द बेस्ट टाइम मंडे, ठीक है। क्योंकि बड़ी लंबी लाइनअप है ना। अभी थर्सडे को अपन बारबेक्यू कर रहे हैं, फिर उसके बाद कोई ना कोई ऐसा अटकेगा। अभी फजल और फरहान पे भी फाइन आ गया, मिल के उन लोग KFC खिलाएंगे। तो ये सब चीज़ चलती रहेगी। चाचा ये मंडे को आपका फाइनल है, अगर मंडे को खिला रहे तो ठीक है, वरना हम तो बोल देंगे भाई कि हमने माफ़ किया। फिर वो जो मैसेज आपने बोला था ना, जो नहीं खिलाएगा वो बेगैरत है, वो मैसेज मैं फॉरवर्ड करते रहूँगा हर आधे घंटे में। मेंशन करो ओनली फॉर क्रिकेट तो। अभी साउथ अफ्रीका का चांस बन गया ना, इंडिया बाहर।
फाइनल ना।
हाँ वही फाइनल में ना, इंडिया बाहर ना।
हम लोग तो बाहर है ना।
हाँ चांसेस थे ना, अगर 3-0 से जीतते तो।
नहीं, मैं इसकी वर्ल्ड कप की बात कर रहा हूँ सर।
फाइनल की बात कर रहे हैं, चैंपियनशिप।
नहीं, मैं इसकी बात कर रहा हूँ सर, ICC वर्ल्ड कप वुमेन्स की।
अच्छा वुमेन्स की बात कर रहे हो। अच्छा वुमेन्स में
ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हरा
ओके
सकते
ओके।
थे, और जैसे साउथ अफ्रीका के सामने हरा सकते थे। अब ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए आसान हो गया। साउथ अफ्रीका ऐसी टीम है, बैंक एक मैच अच्छा खेलती है, फुद्दू दूसरे में हो जाती है। इंग्लैंड फिर भी बेटर साइड होती थी फाइनल
नहीं
में।
तो अभी ये जो मेंस का चैंपियनशिप के लिए फर्स्ट प्लेस के लिए लड़ाई चल रही है, उसका क्या पोजीशन है? इंडिया को 3-0 से जीतना है ना।
हाँ,
दो तो हो गया है।
अभी फर्स्ट मैच पे है ना शायद मैच यार उधर। हाँ, बात तो बाकी तो मार रहे हैं।
एम्पायर क्या हो गया? जल्दी करे, पुश करे सर। विनीत को एक बार आवाज़ दे दो यार, अपनी तकलीफ बढ़ गई है।
1-20 हो गया यार। 1-20 तो मैच हो जाना चाहिए था।
क्या चाचा घर से बना लाएगा? तू 8 बजे आके खा, 9 बजे खा, 10 बजे खा, 12 बजे खा या 1 बजे खा, चाचा का काम है बना के पूरी तपेली उठा के ग्राउंड पे लाना। अब वो हम लोग के हाथ में, जिसको जैसे भूख लगी खा लो। हमारा मूड तो भाई ये है कि हम तो 2 राउंड करेंगे, एक तो इनिंग ब्रेक में थोड़ा थोड़ा खाएंगे और फिर मैच के बाद खाएंगे, क्योंकि 5 किलो यार, 5 किलो अपने 11-12 लोग को काफ़ी है।
Welcome back to the reply by Petrofac against OiLSERV. OiLSERV finishing with 155 in the allotted 20 overs, and Petrofac needing 156 to win this game. It's a high octane game with both the teams wanting to win this game and try to cement their place in the main finals rather than playing for the third or the fourth place. .155 scored on the back of a well-compiled 90 by Jatin, who was the last man to be out for his side. His reply comes in. Ashraf Chima and Mohammad Salman opening the innings. Akhilesh, the captain, to start proceedings. Bowling from the commentary box end. As Ashraf plays it down towards long off. Vinny doing the fielding there. So the innings gets underway with a single. .155 required with the remaining 119 balls as Salman takes strike. We are in the power play. Two men outside the circular, the one at long off and long on. Both of them a few paces inside, not expecting the ball to be hit quite hard that it clears the ropes. So it's a matter of time as we see as Akhilesh bowls a slightly foolish delivery. Plays it to point as Amal does the fielding there. Score remains on 1. New ball will move around a bit, will wobble a bit. Remains to see how much time do the balls keep swinging as Salman now plays it towards the deep point area. The man at point giving the chase. Keeps it down to a double. Score moves on to 3. Alpesh keeping wickets for OiLSERV. Akhilesh bowling the 4th ball of the first over. Again, a foolish delivery. Umpire deems it a wide. Salman trying to make use of the width out there. Lucky for him. No edge found there and a wide being called. So score moves on to 4. Quite run it just a bit of shade as this one up in the air. Amal backtracking but unable to get under the ball. So 2 more runs added to the total. Score moves on to 6. Salman trying to play it over mid-wicket. Gets an edge and it just goes over the man at third man. Short third rather for another double. Catching needs to be better than this as he tries to chase this one but no edge. So a dot ball as we come towards the last ball of the first over. We're in the power play, so 7 men inside the ring. Just the 2 men outside the ring. One down to long on and long off as Jatin goes slightly more wide towards his left side. Plays this towards with the open face of the bat, runs between short third and gully. The man at gully doing the fielding keeps it down to a double. So 8 runs of the first over. Started, the required run rate started just a shade below 8. So 8 runs is what they got in the first over. Salman batting 6 of 5. Ashraf Chima batting 1 of 1. Jatin to bowl the second over of the innings. Left arm over the wicket. Again, there's 2 men outside the circle, still remaining the men at long off and long on. He's played 210 matches, 185 wickets, which is quite a good accomplishment. When you're bowling with the new ball against some batsmen who are of good quality, so always expect your best men to come and open the innings, and you've got to match up to their standards. As Chima on strike, plays it down towards long off for a single, so he's 2 of 2. Score moves on to 9. Managed shot fine, being brought in a bit more squarer, or rather finer, sorry. A few paces to his right, just to make sure the faint tickle that might go down leg side. As a slowish delivery, inviting Salman to play across the line. Again, some sensible bowling out there. Knows that the batsman will want to make use of the power play. Doesn't want to give him too much width. Bowling within the line of the stump. This one just eluding the off stump. They bowled him, chops onto his stumps. So Jatin, after scoring that magnificent 90, gets a wicket to his name. Bowling within the stumps, not much room out there. And cannoning onto the stumps. So the first wicket down for Petrofac. Salman, the batsman. He is out for 6 of 7 balls. Being bowled by Jatin as Jeevan comes into the center. Batting at number 3. Another battle within the battle, as we call it. Both these players knowing each other. Jeevan had operated the new ball against Jatin, and now Jatin now will bowl to Jeevan. Petrofac boasting of a decent batting lineup, but wouldn't want too many of their guys to be going out to the middle. They will expect their top 4 or 5 to complete this run chase. Jatin to Jeevan. Plays it towards wide of cover. The man at long off. Manish going to his 20 meters to his left to stop the ball. So 2 runs added. Score moves on to 11. A good drive. Shows the type of form that Jeevan is in. Needs no sighters. He's just getting into stride right away. As again plays this one straight down the ground for another single. He moves on to 3. Score moves on to 12. So what will be expected of Jeevan is to play initial few overs, accumulate a few runs under his belt, and then when the time comes to tee off, not a very big score that they are chasing. It's chasing at under 8 runs and over. It's quite achievable in T20 cricket. Yes. This one plays it down to the bowler Ashraf. Dot ball. So the end of 2 overs, a successful one for OiLSERV. 4 runs being given away and a wicket being taken. So 12 for 1 at the end of 2 overs. Akhilesh to bowl his second over. Jeevan, the batsman, is batting 3 of 2. Ashraf batting 2 of 3. See a change in the field. The man at covers going out to deep cover. The man at long on coming into the circle. Mid on. So the attempt is to give away a single to Jeevan and keep him off strike and try to attack as he plays it down, and chance of a run out. Jeevan playing this ball back straight into Ashraf's gloves. His bat drops but wanted a single. There's a spray being called out. A full-blooded drive. Ashraf should have expected that. Jeevan is not somebody who plays across the line. He plays more in the V. These are small little things that you take care or you're aware of when you're playing a game. It's a bit of a confusion out in the center as to how do they come up with this situation. Ashraf is retired hurt. And Jikesh comes into strike. .1 overs 12 for 1, and we have a casualty amongst us as Akhilesh bowls a beautiful ball, good length, and shaping away. Jeevan just stands tall and plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Jeevan too good a batsman to place across the line. Will play the ball on its merit. As this one on the legs, down leg side. An exciting appeal by the OiLSERV fielders and bowler, but umpire unmoved, deems it the one going down leg side, so score remains on 12. So good comeback over by Akhilesh. No run scored of the 3 balls. Jeevan comes on the track and plays it over mid-on. 1 bounce 4, so the first boundary of the innings. Had sized up the bowler, waiting for his chance. This time gets to the length of the ball, rather pitch of the ball, and plays it over long on for a boundary. Score moves on to 16, and he moves on to 7 of 6. Prompting the field change again. The man at mid-on being sent back. This time onto the pads. Nobody behind square, so another boundary. So score moves on to 20. This is where batsmen of his caliber are going to capitalize. They not only play well, they play with the mind of the bowlers as well. Very well enticing them to the bowl in their favourable areas. This one bowled on his pads, full toss onto his pads with no protection outside. Is always going to leak some runs, which he's done. So 4 runs added to his total. He moves on to double figures. He's on 11 or 7. Score moves on to 20. This time through, trying to play through covers. Beneath the fielder there. Good throw onto the stumps. Slightly short of length. Rocks back. Cuts it towards covers. No run there. 20 for the loss of 1 wicket. Current run rate of 6.67. Jatin comes into bowl the second over. Jikesh the batsman. Jikesh currently is second on the charts of the batting scores. It's 3 runs behind Jermaine Rodrigues of Cummins Arabia. Cummins Arabia do not have a game this weekend. It's a good chance for Jikesh to go up the charts again, as plays it towards covers. Akhilesh the fielder can't stop the single. Score moves on to 21, and Jikesh off strike, off the mark as well with that single. Jatin to Jeevan. Plays it towards wideish long off. Akhilesh Manish, the fielder, rather trying to stop it with his boot, but not to be. Score moves on to 25. So now Jeevan starting to open up. Two boundaries in the last over. This time the man at long on needs to be a bit more wider. It moves on to 15 of 9. Again, full flooded by a stroke towards long off for a single. So moves on to 26. For the loss of 1 wicket as Jatin to bowl to Jikesh. Batting 1 of 1. This time over the cover fielder. Ball racing towards the cover boundary for another back 4. So fourth boundary of the innings. Score moves on to 30. Jatin bowling it a little bit more up to the batsman and giving him a bit of width. And Jikesh had to just send this over the cover region and the ball racing towards the boundary. Score moves on to 30. Field change again. The man at cover is going out to extra cover and the man at long off coming into mid on. So situation of the stable being bolted after the horse is escaped. It's not going to work. This time now bowling it onto the legs, playing it down to short mid-wicket. Bala Sahib, the fielder there. .5 overs completed, 30 for the loss of 1 wicket. Needing another 126 of the remaining 97 balls. Last ball of the fourth over coming up. Jikesh plays it towards short covers, wanting a single. Jeevan not interested. So end of 4 overs, 30 for the loss of 1 wicket. If you look at the bowling analysis of both the bowlers, Akhilesh bowling 2 overs, 16 runs, no wicket. Jatin 2 overs, 14 runs and getting the wicket of Salman. As Subbu comes into bowl and bowls it on to the midriff of Jeevan and he sends this over square leg, waiting for the umpire's signal, and it's his maximum. So he moves on to 22 of 11. Score moves on to 36. We're in the fifth over rather. First ball of the over. Goes on again onto the pads. There's nobody on the onside boundary, so a 6 followed by a boundary. Score moves on to 40, and Jeevan moves on to 26 of 12. Subbu goes in for another boundary, and now the fielder being sent down to deep mid wicket. Scores 44 for 1. 4 balls of the over, already 14 runs. Again onto the pads. Bread and butter for Jeevan. Not the ideal line to bowl to a batsman of his caliber, and he's going to make you pay dearly for this. He's already gone for 18 runs of the 5 balls he's bowled. So the pressure being released by Subbu. The line's not really great, as again he bowls onto the pad. This time protection on the leg side boundary. Score moves on to 49 at the end of 5 overs. Jeevan on to 35 of 16 balls with 6 boundaries and 1 maximum. Jatin continues to bowl his 3rd over. Subbu bowling a very expensive over when you chase, when you're defending a score of 155. You need to come up with some good spells, but he's given away 19 runs only of the over that he's bowled so far. And not much. His shoulders starting to drop for the OiLSERV fielders. They need to believe in themselves that they can come back into this game. They need a couple of wickets, and we need it very soon, just to ensure that last over of the power play with the field restrictions inside the circle. Men in the circle are short 3rd point, gully cover. Jatin bowls it into the stumps. This is what you got to do. Keep him quiet for a few balls, entice him to play one false stroke. And what Subbu failed to do was to keep him quiet. He just kept feeding him onto his legs, and with no protection, it was all Jeevan was doing was getting bat to ball, and the ball was racing away to the boundary or over that as well, as Jatin comes into bowl the 2nd ball of the over. Again, sensible batting by Jeevan onto the stumps, not playing across the line, playing with a straight face. So he's playing more in the V. He's only favoring the square when the ball is either too short or too full on his pads. That's what good batsmen do. As he plays this one towards covers for no run, but what's pleasing to see is that he's met every ball on its merit. Something which biding his time. He knows Jatin is only going to bowl this over and probably come back late in the innings to bowl. So if he manages to be there after the end of this over, he can make, as he comes down the wicket and plays it down the ground off Jatin's boot towards long off for a single. So the 50 coming up in the 6th over, 5.3 overs, relatively. OiLSERV had got their 50 or 7.4 overs after losing 2 wickets, so that is quite a difference in a T20 game. Jatin to Jikesh, onto the pads, comes back for a couple of leg byes. Score moves on to 52. Need another 104 runs off the remaining 85 balls. Current run rate of 8.91. They started at 7.78 at the start of the innings, so they are well ahead of the required run rate. So last ball of the power play, Jikesh on strike. Plays it to a short cover. Jeevan wanting a single, but Jikesh stopping him from doing that. So Jatin's 3 overs spell comes to a close. He is 3 overs, 15 runs and 1 wicket. Remains to be seen as to who does Akhilesh turn to bowl, as Subbu was quite expensive in the over that he's bowled. Jeevan took him apart in that over, as Vineet is most likely to come into bowl. The power play restrictions being taken off. Conditions getting warmer and warmer as the day progresses. Aniket Singh, second change bowler, replacing Subbu. Jeevan on strike. Now with the field restrictions taken away, you have 4 men inside the ring. A man at short third, point covers, and a man at short mid wicket. As Aniket Singh bowls to Jeevan, right arm wicket, full toss, low full toss, plays it down to long on. Subbu the fielder misfields and boundary. So Subbu's day going from bad to worse after leaking 19 runs of the over that he bowled. He misfields one at the long on boundary. No pressure whatsoever, but just took his eyes off the ball for a millisecond, and the damage was done. Ball races away over the boundary for a boundary. Score moves on to 56, and Jeevan moves on to 40 of 21. Now this time over covers. Amal, the fielder, giving the chase, stops it inside, but still the ball managing to cross the boundary. So he moves on to 44 of 22. Score moves on to 60. Needing another 100 runs of the remaining 83 balls. Fielders need to be on their toes. This time flicks it towards mid-wicket. The man at deep backward square giving the chase. And another misfield for a boundary. So third consecutive boundary. Score moves on to 64. He moves on to 48. This game grasp of the OiLSERV fielders. Probably standing on an oil slick at the moment. 3 consecutive boundaries, all misfields, and Aniket must be considering himself unlucky. And this time Jeevan sends this over the long on boundary for a maximum. Score moves on to 70. He moves on to 54 of only 24 balls. A well compiled 50, a whirlwind knock as we have a look at the replay. Aniket Singh tossing this one. Jeevan just coming down the track and plays it like an arrow over the long on boundary to come up to that milestone 70. We are just in the 7th over. This time he plays it towards deep mid wicket. Subbu, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 71, needing another 86 of the remaining, 85 of the remaining 79 balls. So current run rate of 10.39. The required run rate just above 6 as Jikesh takes strike. He's just been a passenger, or rather a spectator to the innings that Jeevan has played so far. He's got 9 boundaries and 2 maximums in the 55 he scored. Partnership of 60 of just 29 balls. Jikesh has only scored 60 out of that. Jikesh has just scored 6 out of the 60 runs partnership. He's just been a spectator to the carnage that Jeevan has unfurled at the Eagle Sports Club here on the Dubai Al-Ain Road. This game just running from OiLSERV's hands like quicksand. The only moment that they had when they got the wicket of Salman, which brought Jeevan to the crease. And Jeevan's been in sublime form at the moment. He's living up to his expectations as one of the better batsmen in this tournament as Manish Shirshat comes to the crease. Yes, we see the leaderboard. Jatin is top of the charts with 183. Jikesh is on 145. Jermaine Fernandez is on 142. So in a space of a game, the names have changed, and Jeevan Gangadhar now racing up to 134. As Manish bowling to Jikesh. Plays it towards covers for a single. Jatin and Jikesh also on the leaderboards of the wicket taking is Jeevan too amongst the top three as Jatin plays Jeevan plays this towards long off for a single. Aniket the fielder. Manish too plays it over, covers for one bounce, 4. So score moves on to 78. Manish tossing this one and again bowling outside the line of the off stump. And Jikesh just sending this one bounce over the ropes, over the covers. This time again making room a bit for himself and plays it towards wideish long off. 1 run completed. Both the batsmen happy to keep it to a single. The humid conditions, not wanting to tire themselves out. They want to play right up to the end. Score moves on to 79. Required run rate of 6.24. Comes down the track. Manish shortens the length, but Jeevan too good a batsman to not to see that. Just rocks back and plays it towards point for a single. Score moves on to 80. So another 76 runs required of 73 balls. The last ball of the 8th over coming up. Again plays this towards covers. Amal there from extra cover. Keeps it to a singles at the end of 8 overs, 81. 81 for the loss of 1 wicket. We have as Vinny Deshpande comes in to bowl for the first time. Vinny Deshpande coming to bowl the 9th over of the innings. Sorry, Vinny Deshpande. Right arm leg break to Jikesh. Wanting to play the ramp shot, but checks his stroke, keeps it down to a single to short third. Score moves on to 82. Again, Jikesh doesn't need to play a short of that caliber. He needs to keep playing his percentage cricket. He's playing well down the ground and into the covers or the mid-wicket region. So doesn't need to lap anything and try to play a risky shot. Both these batsmen quite capable to see their side home. Edge and a drop. Forcing the edge. A costly miss. You cannot miss such catches. Alpesh, the keeper, trying to grab this one and shells it out of his hands. So a reprieve for Jeevan. Will want to compose himself again. Vineet, the bowler, asking for a caught behind. This time the keeper takes the catch, but no edge whatsoever. Again, a case of missed chances. As Vineet bowling to Jeevan, the 4th ball of the over. Stands tall and plays it towards long off. Bad bounce for Jatin. Results in another boundary. I hope Jatin is not injured himself. It was a bad bounce. Went low. And at the long on and long off, need to make sure they're in the right positions. It's reached to 61 of 30. So the pressure being released after Vineet had bowled some good balls. This time, Subbu not going in for that catch. It was a chance worth taking. '87 for 1. So Jeevan surviving 2 chances in this over. As Walsh drops it short, Jikesh plays it towards extra cover for another single. So at the end of 9 overs, 88 for the loss of 1 wicket. Vineet going in for 8 runs of the over that he's bowled. Must consider himself unlucky. A couple of times he could have had Jeevan and a boundary being of a misfield. The 68 runs required of the 66 balls. Jikesh batting 15 of 13, Jeevan Gangadhan 62 of 31. This partnership was 76 of 41. Last 5 overs, 58 runs have been scored without losing a wicket. As Manish comes in to bowl his second over. Jikesh. Again, another edge going towards the third man region. Both the fielders giving a chase, but the ball wins the race. So everything going Petrofac's way out here. Even the edges finding the boundaries. Score moves on to 92. So now the current run rate, the required run rate drops below 6 runs for the first time. And as Manish bowls to Jikesh over the cover region, the man at long on doing the fielding, but keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 93. Fielding not up to the standards by the OiLSERV fielders. As a full toss, sends it towards deep mid-wicket boundary. Score moves on to 97. Requiring another 59 of 63 balls. Again, over covers, width on offer again, 1 bounce, boundary, the 100 coming up. Race away to 101. First 50 coming in 5.5 and the following one less than 5 runs. Chance of a catch there. Vineet, the fielder, he misjudges this one as well. Another boundary. So heads, shoulders dropping for the OiLSERV fielders. 105 for 1. 4 boundaries coming in this over as 105 for 1 in 9.5 overs. It's the last ball of the 10th over coming and teams will change ends. The bowling will be now done from the vision end. Last ball from the commentary end. This time, is that a chance? Vineet taking this one, again shelling that one. So the 5th time that he's been dropped in this game and well and truly will make the OiLSERV fielders pay the price for it. At the end of 10 overs, 106 for 1, needing another 50 runs of the remaining 10 overs. Not much can be said about the bowling analysis. We'll have a look at the batting card. Ashraf Chima retired out 2 of 3. Mohammad Salman out 6 of 7. And then Jeevan Gangadharan 75 of 35 with 13 boundaries, 2 sixes. Jikesh batting 20 of 15 with 3 boundaries. Extras 3, 1 wide, 2 leg byes. Have a look at the bowling analysis. Akhilesh Bengre 2 overs 16 runs, no wicket. Jatin 3 overs 15 runs, 1 wicket. Subbu 1 over 19 runs, no wicket. Aniket Singh 1 over 20 runs, no wicket. Manish 2 overs 27 runs, no wicket. Vinish Deshpande 1 over 7 runs, no wicket. As we take a break, and we'll have an update on Ashraf Chima, as whether he is still fit enough to come into bat or he is not going to be batting through the remainder of the innings. इनका क्यों नहीं हो रहा है कमेंस अरेबिया वर्सेस सुपर टेक वजह से हाँ आपने खाया बड़ा पाव तीन बड़ा पाव थे मैंने तो खाया अभी तक हाँ तो ये बड़ा पाव ही है शायद ना हाँ हाँ तो एक साथ खा के गया ना 3 थे सब्जी तो ये है ना तो नहीं है Another one in the air, and the fielder hanging back, not trying to go for the catch. They need to go in for those half chances as well if they want to win this game or take this game as deep as possible. Fielding not up to the standards as they would like, as Jikesh plays this towards covers for another single. This time over covers. Easy pickings for Jeevan. And anything he's touching is turning to gold today. The score races to 112. He races to 80 of 37 balls. 14 boundaries, 2 sixes. With 6 chances being given. And 12 for 1. We need this time towards the left of long on. Good stop by Jatin at long on. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 113. Needing another 43 runs more to win this contest. Plays it towards short mid wicket, a rare dot ball. He's batting 81 of 38. Jikesh batting 21 of 17. As when he comes to bowl the last ball off his second over. Plays it towards covers for a single. So at the end of 11 overs, 114 for 1. It remains to be seen how quickly do Petrofac chase down this total. Bala Sahib coming to bowl for the first time. Warm conditions out here at the Eagle Sports Club here on the Dubai Al Ain Road. These pictures being brought to you by ASL Live. Experience the live moments. Bala Sahib bowling to Jikesh. We're in the 12th over of the game. This one on the good length spot. Jikesh playing down towards short covers. No run there. This game being followed by the game between DNO Dynamos and Supertech. Jikesh plays this towards third man boundary. Ishan Mistry, the fielder. DNO Dynamos registering their first win last week when they beat JSS Fittings. You would really want to beat Supertech today to try to at least make it into the top 4. As Jikesh plays this towards mid-wicket off the inner half of the bat. Tanuj Sharma, the fielder there. Score moves on to 117. Relatively quiet over so far. It's gone for 3 of 3 balls. Brings Jeevan on strike. Down the track. One bounce to long on for a single. Score move. He moves on to 82. Score moves on to 118. Down the leg side, being called a wide. The only positive that OiLSERV can think of from this game at this juncture is that they have not given away too many extras, but the fielding has a lot to be desired. I was going for a full-blooded one, but outside the off stump. So Jikesh survives. Last ball of the 12th over. Bala Sahib to Jikesh. Again, forcing him to play a defensive stroke and just take a single. So a rare over where a boundary has not been scored. Just 6 runs coming off it. Score moves on to 120 for 1 at the end of 12 overs. As Tanuj Sharma comes into bowl, needing another 36 runs of the remaining 48 balls with a required run rate of 4.50. Tanuj to Jikesh, wanting to go for the full-blooded drive, missing the ball. Full onto the pads. Jikesh plays it towards fine leg. No fielder there. As Vinny comes in all the way from deep wicket to fine leg. And the batsman just walk a double. I wouldn't say it was a run, it was a walk. Score moves on to 122. Change in field. Man from square leg going down to short fine. This time playing it in front of square and a single being taken. Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1. Full toss in the air. Over long on for another maximum. We'll wait for the umpire signal. The umpire now signaling that. Score moves on to 129. He moves on to 88 or 40 as he goes down the track again for another maximum, this time over mid-wicket. Score moves on to 135. And he's just one hit away from another, from possibly which could be the first century of the tournament. ये अपडेट ही नहीं होता एक पॉइंट के बाद. This time, is that the one? Yes, it is. And Jivan now in a hurry to finish this game. He gets to his 100, the first century of the tournament. Jatin had a chance earlier in this game, but Jeevan making sure he doesn't miss out on that. 100 of 42 balls, 14 boundaries, 5 maximums. It's an absolute carnage which we have seen. A one-man show for Petrofac. No, the 15 runs required of the remaining 42 balls. Petrofac well on course to winning their third game. And Dynamos will be watching this game with quite a bit of intent as they will be playing Petrofac in their last league game. We want to take a few notes of what are the areas that he bowled to Jeevan, who has just been rampant today from the word go. Although he's given away 6 reprieves, but he was not the one to be blamed, as asking for an LBW back of the leg, but again down leg side. So when it's your day, it's your day. Another 14 more runs required of 40 balls. To see whether we will be crossing the 15th over of this innings, or even reach the 15th over, as this time he plays this over long on, another maximum, stand and deliver. He moves on to 106, score moves on to 148, as we have James Foster joining us. James, a quick word, you are going to play Petrofac in your last league game, and going by the way Jeevan's in the form, what sort of a strategy do you guys have in mind?
Well, we're going to disqualify him. This isn't a professional league. This is supposed to be an amateur sport, an amateur league, and clearly this guy's a semi-professional. He's just going to not be able to play for Petrofac next week.
Well, that remains to be seen, as another maximum brings the score to 154. And we just another couple of runs away from wrapping up this game. We were actually thinking of this going to the 15th over or beyond, but we might not see this going over the end of the 14th over. 13.4 overs, as the required run rate is a mammoth 0.32. And let's see, where does this go? A single being scored? No, he wants to finish it off with a flourish, I guess. Not ready to take that single. So 2 more runs to the required to win this game. 14 boundaries, 7 maximums. It's an absolute masterclass of batting display. A Yorker, and 14th over completed. 112 is what he scored out of the 154, as Jikesh comes on strike. This game to be followed by the game between Dynamos and Supertech. Cummins Arabia and JSS are the 5th and the 6th team in this tournament who are not playing tonight. So you only have a double header, not a triple header, as Ishan Mistry comes into bowl. Jikesh batting 30 of 21. Plays it towards short cover, no run there. The end being delayed by another delivery. So the last 3 balls. This time short ball towards mid wicket. Fielder on the boundary, fielding the ball and giving it back to the bowler. So the scores are level. And another run to get their third victory in this tournament. And a wide. So that concludes the game as Petrofac winning this game by 9 wickets. As the scorecard, not a happy reading for OiLSERV fielders. So we will have the presentations in the next few moments. (112 of 47 balls, 14 boundaries, 7 maximums. Jeevan Gangadharan now going on top of the charts with 191 runs. Vineet! Vineet! Jeevan! Jeevan! Give a helmet, no? Akhilesh! Guys, we have presentations here, please. Can we stop that for a few minutes? कौन दे रहा है? That is the problem when you store Android. Jericho, come towards that side. Thank you. That's it. Just leave it to him. Yeah, Jeevan, you come this side. Jericho, you're that side. Okay. All right. Wait for me. I'll give you the cue on that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Welcome back to the presentations. OiLSERV being handed a massive 9-wicket defeat by Petrofac, running into a rampant Jeevan Gangadharan, who scored 112 of 47 balls. He's the man of the match, been given by Jericho from OiLSERV. He will be collecting the trophy as well as the check. Right. And thank you, Jericho, for doing the honors. We quickly talk to Jeevan. Yeah. Jeevan, the ball was looking like a football. You just were standing and delivering out there.
Yeah, correct. Today the wicket was good for batting, and very easy to hit the ball also. And I try for hit actually today, Uh, Once we try to hit easily, the run will get this type of ground. So I tried for that.
And lucky that you were given 4 or 5 chances. The fielders weren't taking the catches.
Yeah.
Halfway through the innings, did you feel it is your day and I want to just finish it as early as possible?
Yeah, I thought I a little bit tired of the heat. That's why the stroke was not getting correctly. So then I thought I'll get a proper cricket and proper shots. Then it easy to become the score.
Now you are on top of the charts. You have 191 runs in the 4 innings. All the best for the rest of the tournament and well played today.
Thank you very much.
As we have Akhilesh coming in from OiLSERV. Not the 2 losses on the trot. Again, would you put it down to bad bowling and fielding?
No, actually, I will not say that. We tried our best. Fielding, it was better than the previous game. And when we started this game as a batting first, we started slow, but then we recovered. And when we were almost there, 155. But it all credit goes to Jeevan because he outplayed for all the bowlers. We were just looking where to bowl and how to get him out, but he's not given any chance. So all credit goes to Jeevan. He did really well after Jatin's scoring in our game and putting that score to defend. But yeah, because we tried our best. Our bowling, we thought it's a good bowling attack, but Jeevan has had answer to all the bowlers. So that's what happened. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for your, and all the best for your last league game of the tournament. You'll be playing DNO Dynamos next week. All the best for that.
It's a JSS, we'll be playing, but yeah, we'll do our best and we'll try to win that match as well.
Anyway, thank you. And talking to Adil today, Adil, it started off pretty well. Then again, there was a period where OiLSERV came back. And what was the thought in your mind? Because a fifth or sixth wicket partnership of 64, which brought the score to 155. What was the talk by the team midway through the innings?
After 10 overs, we were talking that we will restrict them below 100, but all credit goes to Jatin. He played an outstanding inning, and then we were not bowling on good areas, and that's all. Yeah, all credit goes to Jatin that he played a very good knock and reached to the target of 156, and it was a good target actually. We were hoping that we will restrict them below 140, but all then again on the batting side, Jeevan outplayed everybody actually. So, and it's good to see him back in the form because he was not in the form, and it's good that before the final he is in the form. So we will be focusing on the final as well.
An update on Ashraf Cheema after that injury that he had. What is the update on him?
Yes, now he was saying that he could not move his finger actually. So, but he said that it will be fine, and we will see. After this match he'll go to the doctor and we'll check. So we'll see him back in the action again in the next match.
Anyway, thank you. All the best for the rest of the tournament, and keep us updated on Ashraf Cheema as well. The news in the centre that Petrofac having a 9-wicket victory and being on the top 2. We'll have live action for the next game between DNO Dynamos versus Super